Are you ready to sit in the left seat? What does that even mean? You've done all your homework, you've done your planning, you have a flight instructor, you have a school, you've got that first lesson on your calendar. What can you expect next? And from day one of training, you will be in the left seat. The left seat is where all the primary instruments are. Before you hop into that cockpit, I've created a list of some things you're gonna need. Number one is a good flight bag. I went through 3 or 4 flight bags before I found one that works. If you can borrow one and try it out, I would suggest doing that before you actually settle on purchasing one. Study materials. Number one, the FAR AIM books. It's like this thick. You're gonna need to know a lot of information from that book. All kinds of rules and regulations. You can also download it onto your iPad. Of course, you're gonna need your school's curriculum that you're gonna be using. You will also need various other books. I recommend getting that as soon as possible. You're gonna need a headset. It's really hard to hear in the airplane talking without a headset. Headsets can range anywhere from $200 up to over $1,000. It's quite an investment. Possibly your school will have different brands that you can try out before you invest a lot of money in a headset. It is super important. You're gonna need an E6B flight computer. These are so cool. They calculate fuel burn, time and route. That'll make your life much easier when you're doing your cross-country flight planning. Aeronautical charts. Most schools require that you learn on paper versus an iPad. These are these huge charts that fold out kind of like maps, and they show really cool things like topography and other airports. I love aeronautical charts. I think they're really cool. Get those in your shopping cart as soon as possible. A knee board is going to be really important, and it is basically what the name implies. It's a little tiny clipboard that actually attaches to your knee when you're in flight. It allows for you to write down information, weather, airport information that you need to know. It keeps your notes all in one place. It's super handy. Foggles. Foggles are these really not very cool looking glasses that you're gonna need. Use these in flight training for unusual attitudes and practice going into instrument conditions, which you will learn more about in your flight training. And last but not least, sunglasses. Not only do they just look awesome, when you're flying, the sun is blaring in the windshield, in your face, and they are gonna be super helpful. If you are training in a glass cockpit or you're using an iPad, do not get polarized sunglasses. That's it. Most of these things will fit right into that flight bag. Before we go on to the next video, I want to offer a few words of wisdom. Prepare to be uncomfortable. It is going to feel very awkward at times. It's such a new thing for you that you are going to feel totally out of your realm. Everyone faces this when they're learning something new. Anything worthwhile is going to be challenging. Every day, you are one step closer to becoming a private pilot.